Hello and welcome to the School Wellness Project. My name's Shona. I'm the founder, CEO, project leader, as well as I will be one of the teachers coming to your school. The School Wellness Project is a project to come into the school systems and to teach yoga and mindfulness to both the teachers and the students. So why is this important? Well, right now in Sweden, we have one of the highest rates of sick leave for teachers and support staff in preschool and elementary school. As well, we have more and more students over the last 3 years being diagnosed with performance anxiety related to school tasks and studies. Being a teacher myself and having contracts here in the south of Sweden, I've even run departments at a private school, seeing the amount of stress, living the amount of stress that us teachers have is more and more each and every term. As well, I'm a mama of 6, so I know what it's like from their perspective. And on top of that, I run and operate my own yoga and wellness studio and raw food cafe in the city that I'm living here in Älmhult. The School Wellness Project is quite simple. We come into your school and we do workshops, seminars, and classes for the staff and for the students on how to incorporate holistic well-being into their daily school routine. Last year, I was in a school in the south of Sweden in Skåne, and I did a 3-hour workshop for the teachers on how to implement 10 minutes of mindfulness into the elementary school classes. It was brilliant. Currently here in the city that I live in Älmhult, I have one school that has contracted me in, so grade 4s to grade 9s come to the studio every Friday for 2 hours of yoga and mindfulness. Right now, we live in a world that is so fast-paced. We have so much going on in our private lives and in our professional lives. So the School Wellness Project was really birthed out of this need. We've had schools all over the south of Sweden participate over the last 4 years. We look forward to networking and working with your school, providing the services. I have an international staff of teachers qualified and ready to come in, and I look forward to bringing health and well-being and supporting your school in its way forward for 2018-2019.
Hey everybody, it's Abby here. I hope you're all doing well. And today I have a special guest for you. But just before that, I want to talk a little bit about my background and what I've been doing before. So back in France a few months ago, I've been working in school and I've been teaching yoga to kids, to really young kids between 6 and 9 years old. It was super interesting and I really wanted to have someone to talk about it with. So today I'm gonna have a special guest for you and she's just gonna come and introduce herself. So everybody, this is Shona Maggio and she's my friend and right now she's gonna introduce herself.
So like Avi said, my name is Shona. I am the founder and CEO of what is called the Greenhouse and the Fika House. The Greenhouse is a studio for all health and wellness, mat-based exercises. And the Fika House really is a raw food cafe.
Yeah. So the first question is, when and why did you start the School Wellness Project?
The School Wellness Project was started in 2014, and I started it in Växjö. It was started because there was a need.
Yeah.
I was a school teacher and a yoga instructor, and at the same time I was seeing how there was such a need in the school systems.
Yeah. So why do you think there were a need?
Yeah, the need was that the staff that I was working with were stressed out.
Okay.
It was during exam time and marking papers and doing grades and having parent and teacher interviews, as well as the students were stressed out, especially the older students, because it was getting close to applications for gymnasium, which is the equivalent of high school. So with all of that stress, it was a really intense environment for both students and staff.
Teachers.
Yeah.
Okay. And to who is this project for?
Yeah, this project, the School Wellness Project, is for both the staff and faculty as well as the students.
Okay.
So there's different aspects that bring them both together, and then there's different aspects that I can do things just for the staff, and the School Wellness Project really does focus on the students' well-being as well.
Okay. And what are the benefits, either for the staff and for the kids?
Well, I think the first thing is that when a teacher is facilitating curriculum in a classroom, if he or she or they are not balanced and are not focused, it doesn't matter how intelligent they are with that curriculum,
Yeah.
the students aren't going to receive it.
Yeah.
So the benefit for the staff is they get to come back into awareness, come back into their strength as why they're teachers. For the students, the benefit is feeling whole while studying, not feeling detached from what they're studying.
Okay, and does it also take off the stress away from the kids?
Yeah, the whole concept of the School Wellness Project is that everyone would be well. We can't be well with all of this consistent stress, right? When we're stressed out, we have an inability to focus and an inability to be balanced. And unfortunately, the time frame we live in, everyone, oh, I have too much this, I have too much that. And it really surprised me even down into the lower grades. That was a real eye-opener because the teachers did this survey with the grade ones saying with happy faces what their emotion was felt, and so many circled the stressed out one.
Yeah. And what age are the kids that you're working with or you would like to work with?
Well, so far the School Wellness Project has worked in the preschools and then starting in F class all the way up to grade 9. I have done a little bit of work in the gymnasium levels, but right now we're gearing towards preschool and F class to grade 9.
Okay, good. And did you notice any change on the kids or the staff part?
Yeah, I think the biggest change I noticed was when I went into one school and I did a seminar and a workshop just for the teachers on how to implement mindfulness into the daily classroom.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because when I went in, it was the day before semester started up again, and they were stressed out, and they really didn't think they had time for a 3-hour workshop with a wellness ambassador. And 3 people came up to me after in tears saying it was the best 3 hours of their lives, and they felt so refreshed, ready to tackle the next semester, and feeling encouraged, actually.
So you had a really good feedback with the teacher. And what about the kids?
Yeah, the kids feel home. I think I've heard that more often. I feel home. I feel home. And this is a very important thing because the school is really the second home.
Definitely.
So when there's stress and anxiety and competition and expectation, they don't feel home. And then they don't feel home within themselves.
Yeah. So what are your goals for the School Wellness Project?
Yeah, right now I'm working in the south of Sweden, and I think the most encouraging thing is right now I have a contract with a school that I'm actually teaching regularly Friday afternoons.
Okay.
So the students can actually choose a student's choice, being yoga and mindfulness. The goal would be that people feel well and that when we slow down and we learn some essential tools like yoga and mindfulness, that this would serve them to move forward, both staff and students alike, because the curriculum we implement as educators is so vital for the expansion of the world. And I feel like things are falling through the cracks because everyone is just stressed and busy and stressed and busy. And so the goal would be that people feel well, that more schools come on board with the School Wellness Project because we are strong in numbers, and that it becomes a tool. So not every single student is going to practice yoga on a regular basis, not every single teacher or principal or manager, but that they would have that tool for their well-being.
Thank you, Shona, so much for this little interview. She is a really beautiful teacher and she just brings light everywhere. And so I really hope that those kids would just be very happy to have her around, as well as the staff of the schools. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what you can do in the future with the Swedish system. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next week. Hej då!